Hola, my name is Irene and welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new My Favorites of the Month video where I tell you the things that I've been enjoying in the past month. It's a video that I love doing, but it's true that I skip a couple of them. So I did my favorites of October, but then I skipped November and December. And it's true that this one is really late, my favorites of January, because it's the end of February, but I mean, it still counts. It's still here, so it's okay. I didn't want to miss this month and I wanted to start 2025 in the best way possible. So as I said, basically in this video, I give you like my recommendations of the things that I've been enjoying during the past month. I'm going to do it a bit differently this time because I think in my previous video I started with my favorite things to read of my favorite books, but I'm not going to do that because I made a separate video talking about what I've been reading in January. So yeah, I would say like go to that video and check it out if you want to see my recommendation of books of the books that I didn't enjoy. I'm going to start with things to watch. All the movies that I watched during this month. Well, not all the movies, only my favorite ones. I think I watched around 10 movies during the month of January, which is pretty good for me. I went to the cinema a couple of times, one for a movie that I really loved and one for a movie that I hated. So, well, that's kind of a balance. So, yeah, the first movie that I saw in 2025 was like a 5 star for me was Mufasa. I knew that I was going to love that movie. I've been a fan of The Lion King since I was a baby, since I was a little kid. So I knew there has to be like something really, really shitty, not for me to enjoy it. And I knew that it was very difficult for me to be disappointed, that the story had to be horrible or the songs or anything. Also, I really like The Lion King in the live action, I think is called. I always say like the people's Lion King, but I know it's not that. So yeah, I really like the live action movie. So I knew I was going to enjoy the story. And actually for me, the story made a lot of sense. I really loved knowing about Mufasa's origins and how was his childhood, how he became the king he is in The Lion King. I really enjoy also the relationship that he has with Scar before he was Scar and all his background, his childhood. I think it was very special. It's true that nothing is going to be like The Lion King. Not the songs and not the story. It's very difficult to make a movie like that, but I think it was a really good one. So yeah, I really enjoyed. I loved it. I want to watch it again. The second thing that I want to talk about is a documentary that I watched. I don't remember where I watched it. I think it was some filming. It's like a Spanish platform for movies. I'm not sure. But it's called Until I Kill You. This series is based on a true story, like a true crime that happened. This story blew my mind. So basically, it's about a woman that is, well, all of the story is based in London. In fact, my neighborhood is in the series, and that made me freak out a little bit. Basically, this is a story of a woman that met a guy and she starts a relationship with a guy. After some time, she discovers that he is a serial killer. This is the story. I mean, this is a real story. So how she discovers it, what happens after, all the judgment that she had to suffer. It was a great. I mean, it's a series. Like it's you can see like as a documentary and is amazing and very well done. It makes you sick sometimes also to see the judgment from the police, from the society, and all the things she has to go through. Also because she has a very strong character and she's not like what you would call the perfect victim. It was like easier for the society to not believe her and judge her even more. I really enjoyed this one. It was hard to watch, but totally worth it. So if you like true crime series and you're interested in this story, I don't remember the names of the protagonists. This is really bad, but I know she wrote a book about the story. I will leave it here. I think it was called Living with a Serial Killer or something like that. And yeah, there she writes about her experience with that. So really good series to watch. So after that, a documentary that I watched, and it's also related to something that I will mention later, I finally watched Blackfish. I never watched it before. I watched it on Netflix. I'm sure most of you know what it is about. I heard about this like a few years ago when it came out. I knew I was going to suffer watching it, and I didn't want to watch it. Blackfish is the story of an orca or a killer whale in the United States. Some accidents that he was involved with that include deaths on or some orca trainers that were working in that zoological park. It's a very hard documentary to watch, very necessary to see how these animals were captured, were treated, and were like suffering a lot in these conditions. Also, like until some human lives are affected, it's like we are not going to do anything about that. That's really sad. And to see like how many animals are still in captivity, suffering there, like basically like they were in jail, like having to live all their lives in like a swimming pool when instead of being in the ocean is so sad. As I said, it's very necessary to watch this and to be aware of what's happening. So really would want to watch as well. So on another note, I also watched the second season of Squid Games. I really liked it. I haven't seen. I mean, there's a few people that I know that have watched it, but I haven't like talked about it with so many people. So I'm curious to know like what you think. Have you watched it? Have you preferred the first one or the second one? For me, I still really enjoy the second one. I think it's building up all the environment for the third season, and the third season is going to be really good. That's my hope. But it's true that you don't have the same surprise factor as you were having during the first season. And that's, I mean, from my point of view, that's okay. It's what happens. It's not new anymore. And you already understand how the games work, but it's still so good. Like I had a really good time. And I also want to learn one of the games that they show. I mean, if you have watched the series, you know, but the little game with the dice, I really want to learn how to play that one. It sounds so, like, it looks so fun and so interesting and so difficult to learn that I would like to learn how to play with those dice. Yeah, in another note, one thing that I think it was one of my favorite things to watch this month, I started to watch The Simpsons again, which is quite surprising. If you know me, I've been a fan of The Simpsons like all my life. It's part of my childhood, my life, my personality, I would say. I haven't watched like the new seasons. I haven't watched it like in a really long time because I saw a TikTok of Lisa Simpson that she was listening to a true crime podcast, and I found it so funny, and I found myself so represented there. I decided to watch that episode, and since then I've been watching like some episodes here and there. It's been like a nice feeling watching the new episodes with the new reference and all the things that's been happening. Like it's a series that keeps updating itself, and it's still so fun to watch. But the thing is, nobody watches it anymore. I don't have like anyone to talk it to talk it with, so that's a bit sad. But yeah, I really enjoy watching The Simpsons this month. So yeah, that's my recommendation for you. That's it for all the things that I watch this month. My favorite things to watch this month. So now the next thing that I want to talk about is things that I listened to this month. I have one thing. Probably I have more, but I don't quite remember. But I have one podcast that I want to recommend. That was by far my favorite of the month. Is a podcast related to the documentary that I mentioned before, Blackfish. And this podcast is called The Good Whale. This is a six episode podcast channel called Serial, I think it is. So it's 6 episodes and basically tells you the story about the orca that was in the movie Free Willy. For me, like that movie, I watched that movie when I was a kid. That movie, like, is part of so many childhoods and so many lives. But I never knew like the real story of the orca. Like I never thought that our orca was like a real orca. The story broke my heart. So emotional to listen to. I really enjoyed. I even thought about making a video telling the story of Free Willy. I don't know if you would like to, if you would be interested in that. If you are let me know and I will consider making a video, because I don't think it's a story that we hear that much. I had any idea, but it was super interesting and super well made. In the podcast, you listen to interviews from the people that work with Willy, also that participated in the movie, and basically it's all the process before being free. So yeah, super sad to listen to, but as well as Blackfish, really recommended. I think listening or watching both of them is like the perfect combo. That's it for the things that I listen to, I believe. So the next thing is travels. It's true that in January I didn't do that many traveling. I was busy with other things, so yeah, I didn't have that much time to go around. But it's true, and I have a video in the channel about it, that I started the year in the best way possible, and that was going to Canary Islands. And yeah, I started the year there. I was there for a week, discovering the island in Gran Canaria, also learning more about the some of the culture of my country that I didn't know anything about, doing amazing hikes, going to the beach, so many things. So yeah, if you want to know a bit more about that trip and that experience, I leave you the link here somehow. I don't know where you can link the videos yet, but yeah, I'll leave you the link somewhere here, and you can watch it there. So activities, things that I did this month that were my favorites. So I have three really cool activities that I did. The first one is that I finally came back to doing CrossFit again. So yeah, a bit of background. I did CrossFit for like a year and a half until August of last year, and then I had to stop for like 5 6 months more or less, and I finally could come back in January again. It's been so tough coming back. Like my body is super sore, but I'm enjoying it so much. It's been like it's a really cool sport for me. It's like one of my favorite things to do. Also, the community, the friends that I have there is amazing. So yeah, I'm very happy, and I also can feel it in my in my mental health, yeah, and my happiness, that I'm feeling happier when I can work out and I can do CrossFit. That was definitely a highlight of the month. The second thing, and the second cool activity that I did this month, that I did during the month of January, is that I went to, is related to watching Squid Games season 2, is that I went to an immersive experience of Squid Games. So basically you go to this place that is like a game box, and they have a room where you can play like the Squid Games from season 1, and it was super cool. Not as realistic as in the show, but really good. I really enjoyed. I think we made a good job. Probably I'll leave you here a video that I made trying to do my best with the biscuit situation. But yeah, super cool experience. I really enjoyed that evening. And the third cool thing that I did this month, and also like it gave me motivation again to come back to photography. I love doing photography, and especially travel and wildlife photography is one of my passions. But it's true that in the past month, for different reasons, I haven't done as much. But I signed up for a workshop that was kind of a talk, but not geo, about like travel photography, and was the best gear to bring, and the experience on some like real photographers and journalists that have written or taking photos for Nat Geo. That was such a cool experience. I learned a lot during that workshop, and yeah, as I said, it gave me the motivation and the push that I needed. I wanted to go, like to go out and to photography again. That's why like next month I'm doing like a little trip to do like some photography. I'll let you know, because I'll possibly make a video about it. But yeah, so happy with that and my new recover motivation. And finally, this is like a little section that I have at the end, is to talk about my achievements of the month. That means like, yeah, cool things or goals that I had and that I achieved, or yeah, basically a way to set me like you're doing a good job. So I'm like to be proud of myself, basically. And this month I have two cool things that I'm really proud of. First, that I finally got my British citizenship, where and my British passport. So yeah, if you want to know more about my experience and how did I get it, how did I become a British citizen, I have a video that I made, a video here on the channel. So yeah, go check it out if you are interested. The second achievement that I did is that I did a PB running. So yeah, I think in the previous October favorite, one of the things that I said is that I was going to run a half marathon. That is, yeah, a long time gone, and I also made a video about the experience. But yeah, since then, I've been trying to improve my times in another distances like 5K and 10K. And in January, I had a race that was like a 10K in a park, in Regent's Park. So I wanted to test if I could do 10K in less than an hour. And I did it. I did it. It was so tough. Like, it was very cold that day. I wasn't like feeling it. I started too fast, and that was horrible then to try to keep the pace. I had to stop once because my heartbeat was like over the roof. But yeah, when I finished, it was 59:39, so an amazing time for me. It was like almost 1 minute PB, so for me that's a lot. And yeah, sometimes you need that push as well to give you the motivation to keep going, and especially in winter in the UK, that is so difficult to keep working out and keep going out for running when the weather is rubbish. This is the kind of things that makes you think that it's worth it, that you should keep going. Like, I'm looking forward to be March and to be sunnier and the days longer and it's a bit warmer, and it would be so much easier to run again in the park. Looking forward to that. And that was all the things that I wanted to share in this video. Please let me know what was your favorite things of the month of January or the month of February, because it's almost coming to an end. So yeah, let me know what were your favorite books or movies, things that you recommend me. It would be great to listen, to watch, to see your recommendations, and yeah, then probably it can be on the next videos. So let me know. And this will be all for today, and I will see you very, very soon in a new video. Ciao!